What's up, y'all? Oh my gosh, I just surprised my dog so badly. But I hope you're all doing well. Long time no see. Hope you're all staying hydrated out there. It's pretty hot. Please ignore the poofiness of my hair as it is hot and humid. Also, I don't know if you can tell, but I have found a ring light in our house and I'm using it, and I think I look pretty good in this lighting. So hopefully that will fix all of our lighting problems, because I don't always find the best locations with the best lighting. But here we are with our ring light, and I am ready to tell you guys all about my new COROS watch, as I promised in my last video. So this weird little channel is mostly about running, because I'm a runner myself. Lately I've been thinking I kind of want to branch out and like not make this all about me, because you know, to have a channel just dedicated to my running personally, I think I would have to be like a lot more interesting, a lot faster. So, you know, I kind of just want to like help other people, you know, and make videos that other people will find useful. So that's what I want to do in this video. Recently, I bought this new watch. When I was in the market for a new GPS watch, I know I was so overwhelmed because there are just so many choices and they're all super great. So which one do you buy is ultimately the question. So I finally settled on the COROS Pace 2, the box for it, and basically I'm just going to take you through everything that this watch can do, all its features and stuff, and then at the end I think I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what I like most about this watch and what I don't like, and then hopefully it will help some of you out there who might be in the market for a new watch decide if this is worth the investment. So let's get into it. So this is the box. I didn't do an unboxing video for this because I kind of didn't know what I was getting into, and I didn't want to make a video until I really knew a lot about this watch. But basically, yeah, this is what it looks like on the wrist. I got the dark navy color, and it'll say on the box what color it is. I know they have a lot of different color options, and they have some like limited edition release colors. I opted for the navy, which is one of their like normal colors, original colors, whatever. So it's around all the time. But if we're just going off of looks, I think it looks really nice. It's just kind of a classic watch. It's got the time and everything, and you can change the watch face too. It goes with all of my outfits pretty much. And it's a good looking watch, I gotta say. So to start off with, let's just go through everything you're gonna get in this box if you purchase this watch. So it says this package contains the COROS Pace 2 watch band. I think it just comes with the one that's already attached. I don't think it comes with an extra one, but I think you can change it too. Comes with a charging cable, so that is this bad boy. So you can charge it, which is always a good thing. Charging port covers.
Okay, if I'm being totally honest, I don't know what that means.
And then you'll also get documentation, which I'm assuming is just the stuff that tells you basically how to set it up and how it works, which definitely came in clutch for me when I was trying to set this thing up. Got everything you need to know in here when you're setting it up, but it's really not that difficult. And then lastly, you'll get this thing. It says Explore Perfection, and you will get a COROS sticker. That's right. Pretty much the reason I bought this watch. And you'll also get a quick start guide. So just another guide, and this tells you how to pair it with your phone. So there is a COROS app, and you can download it and you can sync your watch to the app, and you'll have all your run statistics on there, which we'll get into later. But it's a really solid app. It tells you a lot. You get a lot of insight for every workout you do, which I think is super cool. I'm not really a data person outside the context of running, but with running, I love to see all the data and how my workouts are kind of helping improve my fitness and all that. So it's pretty cool. So moving on, let's just go through a few quick features that are like this watch's selling point. So it says right here on the box a lot of features that it has that are pretty appealing to someone who needs a good GPS watch. So the first point is it's super lightweight, guys. This is the lightest GPS watch on the market. That's their big selling point. You don't even know it's there, which is awesome because you don't want to have a bunch of stuff on your arms weighing you down. And if you wear this for a race and stuff, that's even more important. And it's this training platform. You get free and easy access to training plans created by COROS pro athletes and professional coaches. In the app, I think you can access training plans. I haven't tried that yet because I'm on that student athlete grind. So I don't really need a training plan outside of my current training plan, but when I graduate and I'm running on my own, I think I'm definitely going to check that out because I cannot design my own training plan.
I'm not built for that.
And then it says heart rate monitor. So this tracks your heart rate like in real time, 24/7. So I don't know how accurate it is, but it says it's calibrated to ensure the best accuracy under all circumstances, including underwater. Heart rate monitors on GPS watches have gotten pretty sophisticated in the last like few years, I think. So we've come a long way, and this bad boy is pretty cool. Right now, my heart rate, it says this is upside down, but it says it's 88 beats per minute right now. And I think it just continuously updates throughout the day. If you want to get like an accurate reading right now in this very moment, we can do that. So you just scroll down and it'll take your heart rate. 88. That's a good feature, not only knowing your average heart rate and stuff while you're running, but just in everyday life. It's kind of cool to look at. I look at it a lot because it's right there. And then we've got Barometric Altimeter, which is super cool. It basically just shows you the elevation in real time, kind of like the heart rate. So right now we're at an elevation of 998 feet. And this is a super cool feature I like to use. I was just on a camping trip with my friends and we did so much hiking on hilly terrain. So it was really interesting to see once we climbed a big summit what our elevation gain was, and then when we go back down, what the net loss was. And so it's cool to see that in real time, and it's always continuously updating, so you always know. And then it says you can pair with external sensors. So if you're running or doing any kind of workout with an accessory, like say you're running with a heart rate monitor strap, you can sync it with this watch, which I've never tried, but that is a cool feature, especially if you're heart rate training. You know, some people use heart rate zones for training, or if you use one of those stride pods on your running shoe, you can sync it with that too. Last but not least, a really, really appealing feature of this watch, especially for runners like myself who are cross-country and track athletes, the track run feature is phenomenal. Like when you're running on a track, doing a workout or racing, whatever you're doing, this thing is so accurate on the track. It's crazy. You select which lane you're going to be working from, and it's crazy how accurate it is. So to showcase this is an example of a workout I did with my old GPS watch on the track, which was the Garmin Forerunner 35. Here's a workout I recently did on the track with my COROS, and just look at that precision. That is so satisfying. I love it so much. I want to do more track workouts just for the sake of seeing that perfect oval on my screen. Okay, now let's start getting into a little bit more of the functionality of the watch itself. Here he is. He's beautiful. Did that work? Can you see it? So there's the screen. And as I said before, the watch I had before this one was the Garmin Forerunner 35. So just for comparison's sake, I'll probably be referring to this guy every once in a while in the video. If you're not familiar with the Forerunner, it's basically just Garmin's baseline model of a GPS watch, and it looks like this. As you might be able to tell, but this one feels pretty bulky compared to my COROS. I don't know if that's just me, but I think this one is much more sleek. And it took a while for me to get used to like the roundness of it because the Forerunner is very like, I guess, square. But other than that, there wasn't really a whole lot that I didn't like right off the bat about this guy. So the navigation on this thing is actually super easy. It's definitely different than any other watch, like GPS running watch I've had. But basically, look at this. To go through stuff, you just unlock it, and then you basically just use this button and you scroll through. And we'll go through these features. That's all you need. And then this button down here also serves as like the lap button, and you can change the display. I think one tells you like what time the sun is rising or something, but I always just keep it on the battery percentage because I think that's the most useful information for me. So yeah, compared to the Forerunner's 4 buttons, the COROS Pace 2 only has 2, and that's all you need. So this is like the main navigational one. This is the lap button, so you're going to use that in workouts. Let's see what we can do on this watch. So if you hit this button, it'll take you to all the different workouts you can do. So when you step outside and you're getting ready to run, you just press that button, scroll down to run, which is already on for me, and then you're just going to hit it and then it's going to take a reading of your heart rate and the GPS. And then once that's ready to go, you can hit start. It usually doesn't take a long time to load. We can take you through all the different options. So you've got indoor run, which is great for those super, super hot or cold days where unfortunately you're sometimes stuck on the treadmill and you have to use this one. What I like about this treadmill feature though is you can calibrate the distance. So you know how sometimes when you're running on the treadmill, the distance on the treadmill and the watch don't really sync up. So at the end of your run, you can calibrate the distance to make sure it's right. And then you've got the track run feature. Amazing. I love it. So when you click track run, you can scroll down and you can basically pick whatever lane you're working from. So it'll say how long a lap is from each lane. And then you just select. This goes to 9 lanes. So if you want to, and you're on a 9-lane track, you can work from the outside. I don't know who would do that. The default is lane 1, 400 meters. And then you can just plug in an interval, I'm pretty sure. I don't usually use this feature. I usually just hit the lap button. Basically, there's a lot of like customization with a track run workout, which is cool. Then of course you got your bike setting. You can also do indoor bike. And then pool swim and open water swim are on here. And then rowing, which is cool. Indoor rower. Flat water. So I think that, I don't know what that is. It looks like a paddleboard. I'm not sure if that's what that is. Triathlon. Strength. You can wear this when you're strength training or lifting, whatever you're doing. And basically the app has this heat map for which muscles you're working, which is so cool. Then you've got gym cardio, GPS cardio. I'm not exactly sure what these are. Multi-sport. Training plan. Okay, so now I'm going to take you through a few of my favorite features of this watch. This is what I was talking about before, how it gives you so much insight as to what effect each workout has on your training and fitness level. If you're just on the home screen and you scroll down, you'll see this, which is running performance, and it'll give you a percentage. So the highest it can go, I believe it's 104%. So it'll tell you what percent of your running level your last run was. So mine was great, not to brag or anything, but I was running at 102% of my performance level last workout. Okay, so when you click this button on here, you get another favorite feature of mine, which is the race predictor. Now, I will say I can't objectively say that this is accurate or not because I've only had this watch for a short time, so we don't know each other super well yet. So for my race predictions, here are the times it has. I don't know if you can see on the screen, but it'll give you 5K, 10K, half marathon, and marathon prediction times. And my 5K time is predicted to be a 20:36, my 10K a 42:48, half marathon 1:34:33, and marathon 3:21:12. Just for reference, my current 5K PR is an 18:38, and this has me at 20:36. So I think it'll probably update to be more accurate once I start doing some more faster workouts. Really, I've just been doing a lot of base fitness with this watch.
Just getting in those XC miles.
That is pretty far out. That's like 2 minutes off PR pace. So if it is accurate, I have got a ways to go. A half marathon PR, I think I've never raced a half marathon, but I've done plenty of 13.1 mile long runs in my days. 1:34:33, I'm pretty sure is, let's see what pace that is. That's 7:13 pace. I'm pretty sure my fastest 13.1 mile long run was like at 7, right around there. I think if I did that in a long run, I could probably go faster in a race. So yeah, I don't know how accurate that one is. I haven't raced a 10K. I should probably get like a baseline time for that. And then obviously haven't raced a marathon, but 3:21 sounds pretty reasonable, I think. So then, like I just mentioned, it'll say that pace per mile for the time it predicts for each distance. So 6:38, 6:54, 7:13, and 7:40 are my
Predicted mile paces for my super fast PRs that I'm going to run according to this watch.
And then if you scroll down for final time, it'll just say your running performance was 102%, of your running level. So then from this screen, you just click the lap button, and then it gets you back to this page. And then you can just scroll down one more. And now we'll talk about the fatigue and workload portion. This basically tells you what your fatigue level is. Mine's 49. It says it's optimized. That's pretty good, I think. And then your base fitness and load impact, which it has more information about these metrics on the app. But basically, yeah, on the watch, it just kind of gives you that scale and tells you if your fatigue level is good or not so good. If you click the button again, it'll give you your 7-day training load and a recommended range. So let's see, my recommended range is 1193 to 1933. I'm at 1386, which is pretty good, right in there. So if you scroll another little scroll, it'll give you your intensity distribution. So I don't really know how it determines what is easy, medium, and hard. I'm pretty sure it's just based on what it thinks your like threshold paces, your anaerobic endurance, what all those different kinds of paces are. Basically, I think as you wear this watch more often, it'll kind of recognize what's easy for you, what's hard for you, and then medium. So right now I just have a lot of medium. I'm at like 53% medium, 36% easy, 11% hard. So ideally I would just like to have basically no medium, but I think that's kind of impossible. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try to get as close to 80-20 as I can, 80% easy, 20% hard, and get rid of all this medium garbage. Yeah, you don't want to run in that.
That gray zone.
So even if this isn't totally accurate, it kind of gives you a good idea of how much like intense stuff you're doing and how much less intense stuff you're doing. And then it'll just give you an idea of if you're doing well or if you should change things up. So mine says your recent training load was ideal for improving your fitness. So that's good. Again, I don't know if this watch is a total expert about my training and what I need to be doing to improve my fitness, but it says it's ideal, so you know what? I'm just going to take that as it is. All right, so guys, if we scroll down again, we'll get our recovery. And so mine's at 4% right now. I did a hill and fartlek combo workout this morning, so that probably took a bit of a toll. So I'm at 4%. It says, please rest 80 hours till hard training. And I think that's a pretty cool feature to have if maybe you're like a hobby jogger or more recreational, if you're not a student athlete like myself, because it always makes me laugh, like just thinking about what would happen if I just didn't show up to practice one day on a workout day, or maybe I was just like,
Yeah, coach, I'm going to sit this one out because my watch says I can't do any more hard training for 80 more hours.
But yeah, I think if you are just training on your own, maybe even just starting out, you're not exactly sure how much recovery you need, maybe basing it off this watch, just for starters, just to feel things out would be good. And then I think you can probably just adjust from there. So then if we go ahead and click the button again, it just tells you again to please rest 80 hours. For hard training, 90 hours to full recovery. Okay, totally forgot about that. So you can be recovered enough after 80 hours to do another hard workout, but if you want to be fully recovered, then you have to rest for 90. Scroll down again. This is basically just our daily stats now. So it'll just tell you how many active calories you've burned, which I don't really care about. I know some people do though. So that's always useful. And then it'll tell you how many steps you have taken throughout the day. So runners like myself take a lot of steps. We burn a lot of those calories. It tells you how many exercise minutes or hours, whatever you have accumulated throughout the day. So I have an hour and 23. And then I think the 36 below that was how many like flights of stairs you've climbed. I can tell you right now, I've not climbed 36 flights of steps. It's probably something to do with just elevation in general, I think. I don't know. Okay, this will get us to the heart rate reading. And it kind of tells you over the last 6 hours what it has been at, and it'll give you an average. So over the last 6 hours, my average has been 83.8. My max was 97. and my minimum was 65. So it's 3:30 p.m. right now. So this is tracking from 9:30 this morning to now. So basically, yeah, all I did was at 9:30 I was done running. I was kind of just sitting around having some coffee and some breakfast, and then I went and did some Instacart deliveries, and yeah, I've just kind of been hanging out making this video. So that is how my day is reflected in my heart rate, which is kind of cool. So then another scroll will bring us to our current elevation, which I said before was 998 feet above sea level. And again, it'll tell you how it's changed over the last 6 hours. So my maximum distance from sea level was 1,020 feet, and the minimum was 971, with an average of 992.5 feet above sea level for the past 6 hours, which again, I think is pretty cool that it updates elevation in real time. I've never known another GPS watch to kind of always be updating your elevation level. So that's pretty cool. I would be curious to see this work if I was going to train in like Flagstaff or Colorado, somewhere where there's a lot of elevation. So then we're gonna scroll again. And I gotta say, guys, I don't know what this is. I probably should have researched this before the video, but I've never really looked into what this is. So if anyone knows what HPA is, it tells you that. And again, the last 6 hours, how it changes, maximum, minimum. Leave in the comments below if you know what HPA is, because I don't and I feel really dumb. And then it'll tell you the temperature if you scroll down again. And over the last 6 hours, it'll say what the minimum and maximum has been. So today, as of 3:30 p.m., we are at 93 degrees Fahrenheit. Our maximum temperature has been 95 with a minimum of 77, average of 88 degrees. It is so hot. I'm not a fan, but I could use one. So then we're going to scroll one more time and it'll give you all this information about the sun. So solar noon is 13:20, which I believe is 1:20. I'm not very good at military time, so I think I did that right, but if it's wrong, roast me in the comments. And then it tells you what time the sun rises and the sun sets. And one more scroll will tell us our latest call or text, because we can sync it with our phone. So I had an incoming call from this random number at 12:32 p.m. today. So class, what do we like about this watch? Well, for starters, I love just the appearance. Like I said before, navy goes with a lot of stuff that I have. I also love the lightweightness of this watch. I don't know if that's a word, but this thing is so light. I wish you guys could feel it. This one is just weighing this hand down. I can lift this one all day. I also like the ease of use of this thing because it seems like just such a fancy watch, but really it's not that hard to use for how many features it has and how much it offers. So even I can use it, and I'm pretty not technologically advanced. And like I mentioned before, I love all the features of it. Gosh, I could look through the COROS app all day, and this watch too. There's so much information like right here, right at your fingertips. There's even more stuff you can look at on the app, and it's a little bit easier to do so on the app too because, you know, you've got a bigger screen. And I could just scroll through that app all day and look at the data from my last run, my previous runs. It's so interesting. One more thing I like about this watch is the durability of it, and kind of just how long the battery lasts is really surprising for all the stuff it does and how much it tracks all the time. It takes a long time for this thing to run out of battery. I usually just charge it every couple days anyway, just because I don't want it to run out of battery. If I forget to charge it and I'm running one day, I would hate for it to die. But yeah, for it to completely run out of battery would take
a really long time.
I also like the durability. You know, you can use the thing in any situation, any kind of weather, climate conditions. You can wear it underwater. I always go swimming with this because I like to kind of clean it off because it gets really sweaty. So a good way to clean it off is to wear it in the water when you're swimming. Sometimes you wear it in the shower too. And yeah, you can do that because it's waterproof. Frogs really like it too. And no matter how sweaty it gets or how wet it gets from rain, it'll always work. I just ran yesterday at the time of filming this video in a total like deluge, and this thing just, it didn't quit.
When your makeup is running, you know your watch will be too.
Way back in the day, I used to use an Apple Watch for my runs, and that thing couldn't handle any moisture. If I got too sweaty, it would shut off. If it was raining, it would shut off. It would shut off if it got too cold. You don't have to worry about any of that with this watch. I haven't actually run in the cold yet because I got this watch in the summer, but you know, I'm sure this is not going to shut off when it's too cold. My Garmin Forerunner 35 didn't either, so I'm not really worried that that's going to be an issue. Okay, now let's move on to the very few things I might change about this watch if I could. The first thing would be just the fact that it's a little bit hard to plug the charger in on the first try, which is not that big of an issue, but I don't know if you can tell, this charger kind of fits in this little charging port right here. Actually, I'll show you guys right now. So we're gonna plug this thing in, and actually, yeah, there it goes. It's vibrating, and it'll say, now it went off the screen. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's a little bit hard to get it to stay charging. There we go. So if you get this screen, you'll know it's charging, and it'll tell you what percentage it is at. And then one more thing that sometimes annoys me about the watch is it does need a reading of your GPS location, obviously, to start an outdoor workout at least, and it does a reading of your heart rate before you start. And sometimes when you want to pause your watch, say you're at a busy intersection and you need to stop your watch, sometimes when you go to restart your watch, when you start crossing the street, it won't start right away because it says it's getting a reading of your GPS or heart rate. So sometimes that's a little bit annoying, but then it loads quickly and you can just start it. So you probably don't lose that much distance at all, but it is kind of annoying, and I wish it would just start right away. But again, like I said, that happens on occasion. It does not happen every single run. But really, if I'm being honest, those are the only two things I would change about this watch. I'm pretty picky about my GPS watches. When I was looking to buy a new one, I did so much research. I researched so many Garmin's and Polars and COROS watches. I really was looking to make a big investment I could use for a lot of years, and I just really decided that this was the one. I think for what I'm doing and the kind of training I want to keep doing in the future, this definitely just covers all the bases for me. It's definitely an investment you're gonna have to plan to make, but this watch was only $200 compared to a lot of the watches I was looking at, range from anywhere from like $250 to like upwards of, you know, $500 for like the really, really fancy Garmin's and the ones that have like music and stuff. I would definitely say this is worth the hype. I know COROS watches have been getting a lot of traction recently. A lot of pro runners use COROS watches, and I can see why. This thing is really good, and for $200 you can get a lot of insight, and I think it's definitely worth the investment. Anyway, I think that's really all I wanted to talk about. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it useful, and good luck in your GPS watch endeavors. Oh my gosh, okay, I almost forgot one more thing before I end this video. If you are in the market for a new GPS watch and you would just like a nice Garmin Forerunner 35, I will be selling my old one on Poshmark.
I think I can say that now.
Student athlete grind, I can finally like advertise my Poshmark page. So I'll link it in the description. I have a lot of cool running clothes on there, regular clothes, whatever you're feeling. So it'll come in the original box, and it's got the chargers and everything, the instruction manual, so you're good to go. It's got all the accessories you need for this watch. But yeah, feel free to check that out. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay hydrated, please, and peace.